The debate over the airstrike on Syria is causing debate not only across the United States, but also internationally. Some members of Congress are praising the president's order, while others are criticizing. Russian President Vladimir Putin has also spoken out against aggression against a sovereign state. That's a quote. Here are some aerial photos of what the base looks like after those airstrikes. Joining me now is Dr. David Schwam-Baird, a political science professor at the University of North Florida. Dr. Schwam-Baird, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
I want to start first domestically in the United States. I've seen a lot of Republicans supporting the president on this, some split among congressional Democrats.
There's some split among the Democrats, but some of the leaders have expressed support. There's some partisanship going on as well, but there is a call on the part of both Republicans and Democrats now, after the airstrikes, for the Trump administration to define its policy, long-term policy in Syria more clearly.
Does he need to be in touch with Congress more on this if he goes forward anymore?
It would be a good idea to be in touch with Congress, but then the debate in Congress, everybody wants action. It's not clear what that action is going to be. So
I want to broaden this to international. First off, let's put up this map that shows some of the countries that are not supporting this. Iran, Syria, predictably. Right. Russia stepping in, China stepping in, right, which came, and he was meeting with the president of China at the time this happened.
Right.
First off, are you surprised that China's added to the list?
I'm not really surprised. China and its attitude in the Middle East has not always been in concert with our position in the Middle East. So that's not a really surprising.
And then Russia's
position.
The big one. They put a warship there. Vladimir Putin has come out speaking strongly against this. Can we take anything from this as possible more tension with Russia?
Well, there will be more tension with Russia, clearly. One of the things that the Russians said that they were going to do was to step back from what were called the deconfliction channels, because we both have flights that are going over Syria for various reasons, and there's been coordination to make sure that there would be no confrontations. They're stepping back from that, which is going to complicate our actions in Syria.
My producer just told me in my ear, if I heard right, Russian frigates heading the Mediterranean right now, armed with cruise missiles. That sounds like an escalation. Do these types of things happen in those situations? Is it more saber-rattling? Could it mean a conflict?
At this stage, it's probably not going to be a confrontation, but it is not uncommon for a country like Russia or the United States to step up its presence in an area to signify that it's taking this seriously and it doesn't want the United States to escalate this anymore.
Syria is not new. It was an issue for the Obama administration. Right. There have been a lot of speaking out on the part of President Obama about Syria, but no action taken. President Trump has changed that. Do you think the change in policy is a surprise? Do you think President Obama is maybe close to doing something like this?
President Obama, when there was the controversy about his having said there's a red line crossed, but he didn't take military action, he actually worked with the Russians at the time to get chemical weapons out of Syria, and there was verification at the time that that had happened. Clearly, they're back, which means that this says something about how trustworthy Russia is in these kinds of negotiations, because Syria could only have hidden them or gotten them back with Russian collusion. So all of the talk about cooperating with Russia is now got to be walked back.
Dr. Schwam-Baird, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. We will stay on the top of the latest updates from the Middle East. When something breaks, we'll update it on the morning show page of newsforjax.com. We'll also post this interview to the morning show page of newsforjax.com right after the show.